Hi, if you are in a role where you are meeting new people, or if you've got a new job, new boss, new team members, then first impressions are a big ticket for you. They are a big deal indeed. So this video is all about first impressions. Now, you can go back and see all of the other videos in this series because this series is all about bias. So the first video is all about what bias is and how it affects us. Next, it's about social and historical bias and how that affects menopausal women. And the last video, the third video, was all about confirmation bias and how to get around that within the work environment. Okay, so my name is Kate Usher. I'm a menopause coach and change strategist, and I'm on a mission to change the way society and employers view women of menopausal age, and bias is right in the thick of this. So first impressions. Well, we all say first impressions last. First impressions are really important. You know, within the first few seconds whether you're going to get on with someone. All of this has been proven by science that first impressions do have an enormous weight in how we view people. Now, it's also about confirmation bias, which is what we talked about in the last video, about how we, once we find out a piece of information about someone, how we basically don't think about the enormity of them, we just think about our beliefs and we only listen to that information. So we just have that very small belief and everything else can go to hell. Well, there are ways to bust that. And that's in, but if you're on the other side of the desk and it's first impressions that count, it's about ensuring that it is a good one, because it takes considerable effort in order to unpick first impressions. And there are two scientific ways that we can do that. Firstly, it's about if you find that, you know, it didn't go down too well the first time that you met somebody, or that something occurred that was outside of your control. Let's just say in the instance of menopause, it's going to be something like a hot flush, you forgot something, or let's say you got some flooding came on just as you, blimey, you were there, you were just about to sit down and you thought, oh my dear God, here we go. And you had to excuse yourself, and it didn't go well at all. So these things you can't control. So in the instance that it does, there are two ways you can break that down. Now, it takes a long time and it takes consistent effort. And that it's an attritional approach. So you keep constantly proving that you are not the sort of person that they thought you were, essentially. You know, if that occurs, so let's say your flooding started and you had to leave the room quickly, you had to, oh goodness me, I'm so sorry, I've just got to go to the toilet, would you mind? And they think to themselves, oh my God, this woman is so unreliable. If you then have to at any point, so the next day you come in and you say, hi, how you doing? And you're on time and you're doing everything that needs to be done and you're diligent and you're doing your work, and that one time that you need to go to the toilet or you're a little bit late for a meeting, that what will happen is that that one impression will confirm their previous thinking. They will ignore all the other amazing work that you're doing. So it is about ensuring that you are consistent. The other way that it is broken down is generally if that person then has, so what that does is it forces the other person to take a second look, to take a second time around, to give you a second chance. They may not want to, they may feel reluctant about it, but they have to if they're going to have to work with you. And that's where you hear people say, do you know what? I thought that they were a right idiot, but my goodness me, they've turned out to be an amazing person. And I'm really pleased that I did that job with them. And I'm really pleased that I've had the opportunity to change my mind. So that's what that's about. But For you as a menopausal woman, ensuring first impressions are good ones is about practice. Ensure that you know what it is that you're going to be saying and practice it. You know, oh my gosh, practice what you're going to say, how you're going to say it. Equally, if you do have certain symptoms which will impact you within that environment, have something that you're going to say should it occur, because hot flushes, I can guarantee, are going to occur. They always do. They come at the worst times when you really don't need them. They're like a bad smell, you know, oh my God, but you can't deny them. They are there, your face sweating, you're sweating, oh gosh, and you go all over the place. So you're going to have something that you're going to say. It could be, hey, this is my menopause, it's a hot flush, it'll pass in a minute. Oh my goodness me, I'll just get my fan out. All of those things are fine, but you need to be able to have a way of dealing with it that's light and airy and will enable you to skip over what's going on. Obviously, if you have hot flushes, if you have flooding, there is very little time for some women to actually take action, and you need to do that quickly. If you are going for an interview, it can be very difficult, but equally there are lots of products out there on the market that you can use to give yourself a little bit more time should you need it. And also, it might be time to go and see your GP if that's the case. And there are things that they can do in order to support you. Also, if things go wrong, declare it. Be the adult in the room. Be the one that says, oh my goodness me, of all times that this could occur, it has to occur now. This is what it is. Can't do anything about it, but let's get on with this. It defines you as owning it and being in control of it. And also it shows that you can deal with things when they don't go as planned. And that can be more powerful in a first impression situation than anything else. You can deal with adversity and just let it flow over you and come out shining. And that's probably one of your greatest strengths if you can do that. Okay, so first impressions, they do count. Science has proved that it is the case. And if you are menopausal and you are in a situation where you're going to have to deal with this on a frequent basis, or even on a really critical point, like an interview, then ensure that you practice and that you have some things that you can say and that you can be the adult in the room. That's it for today. That's the end of this series. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and I'll see you soon.